It's important to spend some time building a useful chart of accounts because your chart of accounts is the DNA of your bookkeeping software. And if you get your chart of accounts right, then your reporting, which is why you do the bookkeeping in the first place, is going to be much more useful and informative. If you measure something, you can include it in a report. So here's some examples of the sorts of accounts that you might want to use. You can have accounts for sales of products and services, for costs of sales, for bank accounts, for computers, tax liabilities, anything you want and anything you need. Take good care when you start building your chart of accounts to make sure that you include all of the accounts that you need today, but also leave room to add in new accounts that you'll need as your business evolves. Your chart of accounts should be flexible, future-proof, and it should enable you to produce all of the financial reports your business will need.
Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in.
Too many bookkeepers and accountants find themselves fenced in and constrained by the chart of accounts that comes as standard in the bookkeeping software they use. This is the overhead section of the standard Xero chart of accounts. You can see it's in alphabetical order, and that's going to have a significant impact on the profit and loss reporting, which we'll see now. We're going to run the standard profit and loss account in Xero, and we're going to expand it to include the previous 2 financial years. When we take a look at the administrative costs, the overheads, we'll see that they're presented in alphabetical order along the lines of the chart of accounts. And realistically, that's just not going to be very useful. It's more useful to see similar accounts, related accounts, grouped together, such as salaries, employers' national insurance, pension costs, and overtime. It might also be useful to see the larger areas of expenditure at the top of the report. Let's start by changing this report to include the account codes from our chart of accounts. The report now includes the account codes, but it's in much the same order, except you can get a sense of where we're headed because salaries and employers' national insurance are now grouped quite close together, and that's going to be important to us. I want to group related accounts together, so I'm going to start by making a list of what those groups of accounts might be. The next step is to decide what my new account numbers are going to be. You can see straight away that I want to use 4-digit account numbers and not 3-digit account numbers. I'm breaking down the biggest barrier that's fencing me in.
Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the...
Now let's go back to the chart of accounts in Xero and start to make the changes to the individual accounts that we need to make. I'm searching for the advertising and marketing account, and when I get there, I can click on it and open it up, and I can change the account number. Very, very simple to do. Xero, not surprisingly, tells me that a 4-digit account number is available, and now I've saved it. I've used account number 4301 because I want all of my marketing costs to be in a group of 4,300s. Next, I'm going to look for audit and accountancy costs, and I want these to be part of a group of professional fees. Audit and accountancy is given a code of 4601, so it will be at the top of the professional fees list. Now I'm going to look for the salaries account, and this is going to be part of personnel costs, which I want to position right at the top of my overheads list. So I'm going to give my salaries account the account code number of 4001. I mentioned at the start that it's important to leave gaps in our chart of account numbering system, This is so that we can add accounts later on when we find that there's a need for them. And in this case, I'm going to add a new account called recruitment, and that's going to be one of my personnel costs. Recruitment isn't as important as salaries and employers' national insurance, and it won't be used as frequently. So I can give it account number 4065, and it will appear on our reports further down the list. I completed my account coding, and I reran the profit and loss report, and I want to show you them now all in Excel. Our first report didn't use account codes, and all of the overheads are presented in alphabetical order. But our second report did include the original account codes. It looks very similar, except that you can see that employers' national insurance and salaries are grouped together. Our final report uses all of our new account codes, and you can see that the overheads are now grouped in a more logical order. This is our final report, and I've colour-coded the groups of accounts so that they stand out a little bit more clearly for you. Take some time to build a sensible chart of accounts structure, and above all, don't get yourself fenced in by what your software gives you.
Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze and listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me